Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you a selection of my favourite Christmas ornaments. So today I'm taking the Christmas tree down and I have quite a lot of ornaments and not enough time to show you them all in a single video. So I've just taken a small selection of some of my favourite ornaments. I've also taken into account ones that might provide tingly noises. But just a little bit of background on my Christmas tree. So when me and my partner first got together many years ago, when we set up house, everything that we were given was essentially donated, and we were given a really old secondhand faux Christmas tree and a selection of decorations for that Christmas tree. And as much as I strongly valued them, and I still have some of those decorations today, others literally fell apart and disintegrated. Christmas has always been a really special time to me. And as a child who spent a lot of time in poverty and some time in care, as an adult, I wanted to bring the magicalness of Christmas, not just to my children, but to me and my partner as well. So over the years, as we've become more financially secure and I've been able to purchase my own Christmas decorations, that's what I've done. So I always admire when somebody has a themed Christmas tree. I think that looks wonderful, but I love all my decorations so much that actually I want to reuse them. So I don't have a themed Christmas tree, but every year I buy a couple. I say a couple. I buy new decorations to add to my collection. So here I'm just showing you a couple, well, more than a couple, a few decorations that I've purchased over the last few years that go on my Christmas tree every year. So first of all, there seems to be a reoccurring theme of fruit themed ornaments and sparkly themed ornaments. And I love the opulence of gold and sparkles. Oh, I didn't notice that little detail. It's also got like a little faux leaf. So gold is definitely, oh, I'm losing the sequins. It's definitely a recurring theme. And actually in my living room, gold is a colour that I have noticed filters in a lot. And I definitely like beige colours as well. Okay, so this next one. Now there is a bit of a story behind this one. And as you can see, some of these, they're not all expensive. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But there is a little bit of a story behind this decoration and a couple of others. A few years ago, I was going to attempt to do a themed Christmas tree. So more of a blue and silver tree, but actually in the end, I just decided not to. So I added a few of these decorations. And some of them fell apart and some of them unfortunately got smashed or damaged. And so I have a few of these left. And as you can see, it's not the most well made or the most expensive ornament, but it's definitely one that's gets added every year. Okay, so this is actually quite a lot heavier, and gold and green are colours that feature very heavily throughout my home and in my decor style. And particularly, this isn't necessarily sage green, but I suppose it's very similar. And these sort of crystals and this faux glass, I assume it's plastic, effect with the gold. And you can see little stars and some sort of crystally gems. And it's supposed to look like ice. And I have a couple of these, and so they're sort of dotted around the tree. These slightly heavier ornaments we've had to put higher and higher up the tree because we have a toddler who, I say toddler, he's 4, who likes to take them off. And he's got autism and he likes balls, and so he just sees these and thinks that there's something to play with. Okay, so now these are battery operated. They don't and they're just sort of fun, but again, there's another story behind these. So normally this lights up and they play like a squeaky Christmas tune, and it's not necessarily something I would buy, but the reason that I've kept them and that they're so precious is that a few years ago, following Christmas, I was in the local garage or fuel station, petrol station, and the man working behind the counter was somebody that we'd known from another shop, and very friendly guy, and he actually gave me a box of these for 3, and he said they were for the children. So that must have been quite a few years ago because it was before our youngest son was born. So we'll have to get batteries put in these, but I keep them because actually they were gifts for the children, and that was a really generous, kind thing of him to do. Now, this doesn't look particularly Christmassy, and again, there's a story behind this. So every year we go to the Birmingham Christmas market in the UK. It's one of several Christmas markets, but we go there now. This is an ornament from one of the stalls, and it's unfortunately seen better days, but there is a little Santa Claus that sits in here, and he fell out. But I found him this year and was going to put him back in here and glue him in, but unfortunately I can't find him again. So maybe the elf on the shelf has had something to do with that, but we will have to hunt him down and find him, hopefully before we put the decorations away this year, and then we can fix this and he can go back in his special helicopter and it will look more like a Christmas gift. So as I said, fruit is something that features really heavily, and I brought these berries a few years ago, and I've got quite a few. I've got 3, I think, of these, 2 or 3 of them, and they just hang really beautifully on the branches, and I mean, they're just really lovely to look at, aren't they? Incredibly fun, and they make a really, really lovely noise. And these are particular favourites of mine. I'll probably have to start going really gentle with them because they're aging, and so they'll start to disintegrate soon. And I haven't seen any like this since, so I have to remember to get those. So some more fruit themed are these big apples, and I've also got some pears and some birds of the same decoration. Again, I just think these are really beautiful, and these were one of the first Christmas decorations that I actually bought when we began getting a real Christmas tree. So I think the first year that we had a real Christmas tree was the first year that was the same year that I bought these ornaments. So I just think they're really lovely, and again, very opulent, very very decorative. To be honest, I would have these out in my house the whole time if I had any room. Have them around like throughout the year, but I think they'd get damaged. And I have noticed that not on this one, but on another one, the gems are starting to fall off. So I'll just show you some of the other fruit themed decorations that I have. So this is another apple. starting to get covered in all of the sequins. And then I also have a pair in the same decoration. Again with the gold stem and the gold leaf pattern with the glitter. I have to be really careful with these because the sequins are falling off. But I thought that was really beautiful. It makes a really lovely sound, which is hopefully not too overwhelming on the mic. Something else that themes quite heavily on my Christmas tree is birds and an animal, well, peacocks. So I have a few of these really beautiful gold settled winged peacocks, which just hang really, really opulently. And again, they look really beautiful in the tree. And they're not always, I sit them quite far back in the branches, so they're not always completely obvious, but really beautiful when you do see them. And something I added to the collection this year was 2 of these birds, which I just think are, they caught my eye straight away. Just incredibly beautiful. And again, they just hang there on the tree. Very, very beautiful. And again, this is the sort of thing that actually, if I had the space and the room where they wouldn't be damaged, I could have out all of the time. Okay, so something again, very opulent, is this sort of decorative icicle. And it's got, I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but it's got sort of pinks within it, pink gems. And again, these are just beautiful. They just sort of hang there, and you've got the bronze, and they make a really lovely noise. I'll see if I can show this closer on the mic. Every year I'm really sad to put the decorations away because they're so beautiful and we only enjoy them for such a short amount of time. But I also forget what I have, and so every year it's like I open up the box and I'm always surprised by the decorations that I have and how beautiful they are and how much joy they bring, but also how sentimental they are. So these are quite old, but they're these doves, and I think there was 5 or 6 in a packet, and I think we still have them all. But again, these just really catch the light. And what I like about these decorations is that you don't always see all of them straight away, and it's quite an eclectic tree, and so you see them eventually when you're looking at the tree, because I always get quite a big tree, which is lovely. Something else that I bought this year was this angel. This really beautiful angel, which again, I don't know if you can see so much, but it's plastic that's meant to look like glass, but it's got a very sparkly dress. And I only bought one of these because I just think it was very beautiful. Okay, so this is something that I ordered off of Etsy, and I've got another channel, My Life with Keely Eddy, where I document my weight loss journey and my lifestyle overhaul. And every year I, as I said, buy some decorations, but I ordered this off of Etsy alongside another ornament I'm going to show you, and I tagged them in one of those videos where I showed this. So all of my children have a personalised, and my partner has a personalised bauble, but my older 3 children, there's quite an age gap, and so I did theirs a while ago all at the same time, whereas my youngest son, River, didn't have one. And so this year I ordered this one off of Etsy for River, and it's got his name and his date of birth. and it's just really beautiful and very delicate and precious. And something else that I ordered off of Etsy, which is incredibly special to me and probably one of my favourite ornaments, is this from Etsy. And this is it came after Christmas, but that was me because I didn't order it until very late. But this is a picture of my dog Bo, who passed away last September. He was 8 years old, and he was a beautiful boy, and we miss him every day. But this is a watercolour painting of a picture that I sent the artist, and its likeness is incredible. That is absolutely what Bo looked like. And every year this will come out and it will take pride of place in our Christmas tree, because Bo used to love our tree and he'd lie underneath it. And this is my favourite ornament, and it's really, really special and always will be, as was Bo. Okay, so I've got 2 more to show you, and this is probably the most expensive ornament, singular ornament that I have, although the 2 from Etsy were quite expensive, but in terms of a bauble. Now this is an Egyptian glass bauble, and it's incredibly precious and incredibly beautiful. And if I were a millionaire, I would have one Christmas tree in my house that just had these Egyptian glass baubles in. It's so well made. I mean, it's not particularly heavy, but it's just absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, when it's just sort of hanging, it's just absolutely lovely. And this year, I got this from somewhere called the Christmas Tree Barn, and I went back. I got this either last year or the year before, and I went back this year, but very, very late in the season, to see if I could get another one. But the shop was basically completely empty, and they had a very small selection. So they sell Christmas trees predominantly, but they also have like a farm gift shop that I presume throughout the rest of the year they use for other things. So they must just buy stock in for Christmas, and then it's what they have left. And so by the time I got there, they didn't have a lot at all. But I did buy 2 of these glass red baubles and 2 of the same baubles but in yellow, and another ornament. But they've sort of got a crushed effect that in the light particularly really is reflective and catches them. And with the overall theme of, well, I say theme, but the eclecticness of the tree, it really, really is beautiful. And in a way, I'm glad that they were the only ones left, because if they'd have had more of these, I probably wouldn't have gone for these. And actually, they've made a really lovely addition, and there is a small story behind them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and for those of you that have subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and liking the video and sharing and commenting. And let me know if you've got any special Christmas decorations that have got a story behind them. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.